All right, welcome back to another episode of the Questionable Group Chat. I'm your co-host, Sumit, and we have here
Deepak, wow, yeah, did that,
Questionable Group Chat. I love that shit. Can't tell that you can't tell that's our Vince McMahon voice. Um, anyways, so in this episode of the Questionable Group Chat, we're going to talk about the final two episodes and our overall thoughts on the Mr. McMahon documentary on Netflix about Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So where we left off was episode 4, which was talking about all about the Attitude Era. And then we move on to episode 5, which is Family Business. And this goes from towards the end of the later stage of the Attitude Era, and then onwards, where we talk about Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon and Linda McMahon all joining the business and doing all types of different crazy storylines. A few more sexual misconduct or sexual lawsuits, whatever you want to call them, come out on Vince McMahon. The whole dynamic father-son relationship between Vince and his son is portrayed. One crazy story was one. First of all, Paul Heyman is such a great orator. Like whenever he talks, it's amazing.
yeah,
And he talked about the story between Vince and Shane, where Shane had a really good idea and Vince was so against it, and it kept going back and forth, and it got to the point where Vince was basically like, "You really want this? It's not going to happen while I'm alive." And he's like, "If you want it to happen," I think he like gave him a fork and he opened his chest and said, "You're gonna have to kill
with a
me
knife.
with a knife." Or he's like, "You have to kill me because as long as I'm alive, we're not doing this." And in Vince's weird way, this is my opinion. I think he wanted Shane to like stand up to him because Vince. I mean, that's what his dad did to him. He was like, you're not like, you have to prove yourself.
Right.
I mean, Vince's dad is probably thinking, I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna get my company back. So, it's fine. But Vince obviously won it off his dad, and I think Vince was like, if you want to, you gotta take it from me like I did to my dad. And of
Right.
course, Shane didn't do that because Shane's a nice guy and was like, "What? Like, dude, you're my dad." Shane's
Well,
a normal
they,
human being.
yeah, they also talked about how they royally fucked up by not listening to Shane and letting him buy the UFC and
Yeah,
and building that. That was a huge mistake.
huge.
Um,
Yeah,
unbelievable mistake.
and
So,
now they're under the same brand.
right. Yeah, it could
Like,
have happened 20 years ago.
could have happened 20 years ago. Dummy Vince, you could have been literally the combat sports,
King.
king.
Right.
Pro wrestling and UFC. Oh my God, what a combination!
Yeah. That's
So
not to say. I mean, maybe Shane would have fucked it up. That's
I
who
don't think so.
knows. I don't think so, but who knows? You never know.
So yeah, I mean that was what the episode was mainly about. They touched a little bit on Shane leaving, and they didn't really go into like the whole relationship between. I feel like the relationship between Shane and his sister and Shane and Triple H is weird, right? It feels a little weird.
Yeah, it feels a little weird. They didn't really, obviously, Kane disapproved at first, but I don't know. It definitely feels weird.
Yeah, it definitely feels weird. So then we go on to after that episode, we go on to the last episode of the series, which goes past the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression era, and also the PG era, and then it does. I mean, then after that, it just kind of like shows like the recent stuff, but nothing. It's like pretty quick. They focus a lot on the Ruthless Aggression era because
Right.
some more sexual misconduct lawsuits come out and things Vince may or may not have done
Yeah.
come out, and then towards the end they go to the like what happened what we get to the present basically where all this misconduct, some sexual misconduct comes out. Vince is pretty much not really doing a good job of hiding any of the sexual misconduct stuff he did.
Yeah.
It's just like out there in the open, and he sold the cup. Something I thought would never happen in a million years. They sold the company uh, to TKO or Endeavor, and retained Vince, but he didn't have majority ownership anymore. So once more of those lawsuits and the sexual misconduct came out, he had to resign. He was forced to resign. So
Right.
I mean, it was just, and then they started Bruce Pritchard shitting on the Netflix guys for how they portrayed Vince and said Vince is a human being and all this stuff. But it's like, dude, there's just Vince has just so many issues surrounding him.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. And honestly, it's just like the the Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Mount, the Big Steppers. Is like Vince McMahon said he dealt with sexual abuse when he was a minor, and it sounds like he just repeated the cycle, basically.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how the cases go. He hasn't lost any cases yet.
That's true. He hasn't lost any cases. You're right. Well,
So
he
we'll
settled.
see how.
Well, hold on. He settles. Every case he settled.
Did he settle all of them, even the?
Not the most recent ones, but the other ones he settled. So it's like, I mean, like settling is like doesn't mean you're innocent.
I mean, yeah. The only the part that did they were just like um that what do they say, like, for me to get ahead out of sleep with him. I think I probably believe that. Maybe I think so. The last one is for
What do you mean? That one has so many text messages. It's so big. There's one that says, it says like, baby, I love taking a shit on your chest last night. And they're from Vince. Like, I feel like that's pretty easily to verify.
Yes. The text from Vince. Pull the text. Let's read it real quick. Just on the highlights.
Oh, let me see if I can find it. Vince text messages.
I thought I read.
Okay, these are all alleged, by the way. These are all alleged. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here are the images.
Oh my god. All right, let me see. Read about me. Reading a bit to the voice.
So, oh my god, they're so graphic. Dude, hold on. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh my god, man.
Here we go. Read the alleged. Here we go. The following in exhibit. Apparently, he called his he called. I think what they say in the documentary, he called his penis like wrestlers or something, or he called.
So he had sex toys named after wrestlers.
What?
He had sex toys named after wrestlers.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
I still don't know anything about it. But I'd love to see what he named specific toys. So
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to find a lot of them are from her, so I'm trying to. Oh no, wait, no, this. Oh yeah, this is from him. Oh my god, it's so long. Okay, okay. You yeah. Regarding your last picture, you need your panties ripped off and 3 big black dicks in all 3 holes at the same time. Weigh up your pussy and way up your ass as far as they'll go, but even farther. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, this is like too much. It gets more. It's just that. It's just like paragraphs of what I just said. Just all of that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then there's he like apparently had you know passed her around to
John
to
Laurinaitis, Brock
yeah
Lesnar.
sh- yeah. So I don't know, but Vince is a wild dude. Let's just leave it at that. He's a pretty wild dude, and I mean he's a big time asshole when it comes to business,
Yeah.
and it looks like women. Most likely he's a big time asshole scumbag. But
But, right.
overall, like this documentary. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Vince McMahon took a dump on this girl. That literally happened.
Asshole. Asshole.
Yeah, this is a great episode, by the way. This is gonna get a lot of views. Anyways, so Vince, this documentary is like if you're a if you don't know if you're like a brand new to pro wrestling you're brand new to pro wrestling or you don't follow pro wrestling, this is a great documentary.
Right.
I feel like it's pretty most of it is pretty entry level for like the hardcore wrestling people, like fans and knowledgeable wrestling fans like us or the marks as Kevin Nash likes to call them. We most of this stuff I already knew. Besides like
Right.
the sexual misconduct stuff, I mean that stuff is pretty crazy to be honest. But everything else, I for the most part knew. I wish they would have dug a little bit deeper and asked Shane and Stephanie each if there was some like tension between you two about who's gonna take over the company in succession and things of that nature, but they didn't really dive into that.
Right.
So overall, I mean, it was a good documentary. I hope what I'm hoping Vince does is that now that he's not working for any company or anything, I'm hoping he like just shoots his own documentary or something.
Yeah, I would love that too.
I think he's going to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you said that. I wonder. But the million dollar question is, will he guys in WWE?
Huh?
Will he ever return to WWE on screen?
Uh, it would be insane.
I don't know if Netflix will allow it. Netflix, I'd be like, nah. Or maybe they will. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
I mean,
dude,
Deshaun Watson is playing, so it's like Cleveland Browns right now.
I mean, who knows? Like, yeah, that's true. Deshaun
I would
Watson.
say this. It will be a ratings bonanza if Vince McMahon shows up, returns
Yeah,
in some form or fashion. I mean, they know a golden opportunity right now. After the lawsuits are all, finished and settled, they can let a story behind something with like a secret, some sort of something to lead up to a big reveal that of events all along. And
yeah.
it would be, I don't even know what to
Vince
call it.
would be the great. I mean, he's already probably the greatest heel of all time, but he would be such a great villain if he was to return. It would be unbelievable. And Vince is all about. He's such a. He would for WWE. He would do it.
I'm telling you, that can, there's second his music hits. Where I don't know if the word WWE is, that place is going to go ape shit. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. Um, we'll see. We'll see.
But do you think he'll? I think he'll get. Do you think he'll get heavy boos?
I don't think so. I think he would actually get cheers.
Really? I don't know.
Dude, he came to fucking SmackDown. Remember?
But that
It's
was
like one that.
I don't think the text messages were out yet at that point.
Yeah, they want to get burned.
I guess
Uh,
there are Deshaun Watson fans. There are.
Brett, I don't think he would get booed for real. Unless, like, if that's part of the story. Like, if he does something despicable to a beloved babyface, then maybe, yeah. But I think if he just showed up, he wouldn't get booed. I don't think so. I think he would get cheered. Most of the love Vince, man. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
the final kid, I have to love Vince. I would lose my son every time.
Yeah, that's fair. It's hard. I mean,
It's hard.
we both agree this. There will be a reaction.
100%. What do you mean? Yeah.
Whether it's booze
Some of
or
your shares,
cheers
there's a reaction.
or just
Huge. Not
or
just a
just
reaction.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be break. Yeah, it's gonna be mainstream. Everyone's gonna be talking
And
about it.
it's going to bring all the eyes to the product
Yep,
immediately. It's going to be crazy.
immediately.
It would be nuts.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think he will come back. I think it's gonna happen because, dude, time people forget, and then people
Do you
don't
think,
care.
but
So,
do you think him and his kid and Stephanie and Triple H have a good relationship still?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They might not allow him to come back. Like, Triple H might be like, nah.
Yeah, I mean that is one thing. Like everyone keeps saying it's the Paul Levesque era or whatever. But do you think they're still talking though?
Here you go. Stephanie resigned when he came back.
Yeah, she did. That was wild.
Who knows what their relationship is like currently? I don't know if it's that good.
Yeah. Well,
Um, I
we'll
don't know.
see. Poor Linda.
KK, KK is alive.
Kayfabe is alive. Yeah. We'll see. Anyways, overall, again, documentary was good. It was
Pretty
okay.
good.
It was fine. I wish, you know, they made it more for hardcore wrestling fans, but I mean, I understand they have to, you know, justify it, get as broad as audience as they can. So it was good
Right.
for what it was.
Yeah, it was. It's worth the watch.
It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. And with that, that concludes this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see if Vince returns to WWE. We'll revisit this if he does, or if he drops his own documentary. That could also happen. But with that, we're signing off.